So what BlackRock needs is they need Bitcoin going to $1 million, which, by the way, Larry Fink being on an interview saying Bitcoin could go to $700,000 a coin is unreal.
600,000, 700,000 for Bitcoin?
He said it casually. And then earn a quarter basis point fee off of that, and then build and invest in businesses that are, in the Bitcoin space. And that's really BlackRock's goal here. Their objective is to find an asset, grow it up, explode it, and then profit off of it.
Do you think they're going to manipulate Bitcoin in any way or attempt to?
Yeah, I think they're going to manipulate the price upwards.
Fair enough. Okay.
So people always ask me this question, like, do you think what other manipulation are they incentivized to do? It doesn't. I can't think of anything.
I could think of, some cons that could come out of sort of the centralization of a lot of holdings, maybe in terms of on-ramps, off-ramps, maybe pushing Bitcoin more towards purely a store of value and not a medium of exchange.
But that's what it is, right? Until you can get rid of the taxes on a Bitcoin transaction, it is going to be that. Right, that's the U.S. government's control mechanism on not making it a medium of exchange. And I don't care whether El Salvador makes it a medium of exchange or not. That's whatever. It's whether the United States does it. That's the most important one.
Do you think the United States will make it a legal tender or non-taxable transactions in, let's say, 1 to 2 years' time?
No, impossible.
What about SAB 121 allowing banks to hold Bitcoin?
Yeah, I think that's great.
Collateralization.
Yeah, I think Bitcoin is going. Yeah, I think Bitcoin is going through a securitization process. I think it is a better securitized collateral than real estate, and I think that that absolutely should happen. And if I know and my instinct is right on how BlackRock works, then that exactly will happen.
And what do you think then about a strategic Bitcoin reserve? And what does that mean for Bitcoin? And do you think something along those lines are going to happen in the next, let's say, 1 to 3 months, 6 months, 12 months? Whether it's holding the coins on the balance sheet or buying new coins?
Yeah, I think both of those things is going to start happening. I don't know about the next 1 month or 3 months, but certainly I think that is not only in the cards, but that is absolutely going to start happening.
And what does that do for something like Bitcoin's price in the near future if America starts stacking?
Yeah, think about it, right? It's not just America at that point, because the moment America starts stacking, the rest of the G20 are now in. Whether they want to be in or they don't want to be in, they're now in. Because just from a strategic game theory point of view, you have to be in, right? So with America starting a strategic reserve, it's not just one strategic reserve. It's every central bank printed currency turning into a strategic reserve immediately. There's no question about it. You just have to do it strategically.
There's huge news, but something that is already happening is MicroStrategy is acquiring Bitcoin at a rapid rate. Why do traders like MicroStrategy?
The one thing traders have not had is a product that is providing them a sufficient amount of volatility to profit from. And MicroStrategy has decided that we're going to basically take our stock, which was a tech business doing $500 million a year, and turn it into a volatile platform for you to speculate on. You got to think about MicroStrategy as like a social network for capital, right? In a social network, what do you have? You have people on the pro side of an argument, you have people on the negative side of the argument, right? This is a bid and ask. In the market, we call it a bid and ask. There is the sell side of the debate, there is the buy side of the debate. And the reason why social networks take off is because all these people can get on the social network and argue with each other. That is what is going on with MicroStrategy right now. If you look at MicroStrategy as a social network for capital that wants to speculate on Bitcoin, that is exactly what's happening. And the platform itself becomes worth hundreds of billions, if not trillions of dollars, because it is the place where all of this capital can have this argument, can have this bid and ask spread, can have this volatility and then profit from it. So that's the way that MicroStrategy has formed itself. It is now a platform for speculation on top of Bitcoin.
Then how do you value or model something like MicroStrategy?
Yeah, that's a good question. And we're going to start finding that out within like 10 days when they come out with their first earnings. Because up until now, you have not been able to justify a trade in MicroStrategy based on every single model that any hedge fund would be putting together. They've got to put these models together and then justify the actual trade that they want to do to hedge funds, to their clients, to everyone else. And they can't do that right now because there's no earnings. So what has changed is the FASB rules, which changed the way that Bitcoin is held on the balance sheet in terms of accounting. And that is going to come into effect in the first earnings that are coming out in like 10 days, 14 days, whatever it is.
I thought they wouldn't adopt that until Q1 earnings are announced at the end of March.
I believe it's coming.
So I don't think it's
at once.
For Q4?
I believe
that'd be
so.
interesting.
Yeah.
So you've heard Bitcoin is the new gold rush by now. As world leaders on all sides have endorsed it as the future of money, and now you're looking to get started, we'll show you how. It's actually easier than you think. First, go to your nearest Byte Federal ATM and turn your cash to coin. Byte Federal has over 1,200 locations around the country with the highest daily limits. Go to our website, bytefederal.com, to find the nearest ATM to you. Log in to any wallet, then create an account, deposit your US cash, and instantly convert it to Bitcoin. That's it. We are the only US manufacturer and operator in the Bitcoin ATM industry, and our US-based live customer service is second to none. Go on, give it a whirl, and don't get left behind. Click the link below.